Hello again. Okay, part two. So part one, I told you how I was just kind of sitting in this big group. I was being carried along. It really wasn't a hard effort that much. I felt like I could have gone much harder. I had a lot of energy to spare. And actually at one point I did move to the very front and I pulled and I felt what that was like. I was just kind of curious and it was much harder. And so I quickly slotted back into the group and saved my energy, because really racing is about saving your energy as much as you can when you can, because you never know when you're going to need it. There will be a point when you need as much energy as you can use, but the first half of the race was not that point. Okay, but with 20 miles to go, I was really on alert because I knew that that was when the attacks might start happening and the pace might pick up, it might string out. So I made sure I stayed in the front third of the group. So I was a little bit more adamant about moving up and staying up. And in a big group like that, it's kind of like this big circular washing machine. Like you move up, then you kind of get spit out the back, and then you have to move up again. So it was just this constant, maintained position. Meanwhile, I was watching the other women, and there's this one woman who looked very confident, very comfortable. She was always in an amazing position, and I knew she would be one to watch. So for the last 20 miles, I tried to stay right near her on her wheel. And then for that last corner, we turned onto the main stretch with that sprint. The pace had picked up a bit, but she was towards the front. I was right behind her, and I made sure to stay behind her from about 500 meters to about 200 meters because I wanted to see what she was doing. I did not want to be in front of her because I did not want to risk her coming around behind me and passing me at the last minute. I wanted to be the one to pass her at the last minute. And that's what I did. About 200 meters to go. They had markings along the side, so I knew the distance. I shot past her and I knew that I was going past at a fast enough speed that she would not be able to catch me. And then I just kind of crossed my fingers that no other women would be on my wheel passing me at the last minute, and got lucky, no one did, and I passed that finish line first. So the moral of the story is that a race can often be about being patient. This race wasn't that physically hard for me until the very end, and I just had to be okay with that. Like, I had to just be like, you know what, that's what this race is about. Usually I'm working really hard in races, and I love that feeling. I love working hard and being very tired. But this race was not about that, and I saved all my energy for that last sprint finish, and I'm glad I did because I was able to do it successfully.